But Sanjeevan Chikitsa are really in Sukshma Ayurveda, which according to me is really low potency homeopathy. Now, I am not privy to the exact process they use, but like Agom Chikitsalaya and so on, from what I understand, that is Sukshma Ayurveda, and Sukshma Ayurveda really means normally 3x, 6x.
So this is nanotechnology?
Well, it's in a sense, because I am saying that we get nanofragments. Okay, in that sense it is nanotechnology.
So, how do you see the role of non-governmental organizations, or through them the role of community-based organizations or self-help groups as a vehicle?
I am looking for self-help groups who will be willing to set up something.
Okay.
But if it is a clinic, they have to have a few vaidyas or whatever, doctors, something, Otherwise you can't have a clinic. But I am also thinking of what I call a K-12 club, which means I'll get 6 friends together and say, you are willing to do something, I'll teach you how to make a dozen. And on that I will teach you how to make, I will give you whatever knowledge I have, start using. That's the other option. Because clinic means I must convert enough medical practitioners to my way of thinking.
Right.
Not easy.
Right. I'm asking, do you see a role of non-governmental organization like any decent NGO?
I see role for
technology.
any group who is willing to experiment with this.
Okay.
But it must be a group.
I think you said that homeopathic dilution, in a sense, defies the theorem of Avogadro's number?
No, I'm saying because of certain physical hypothesis which you have made, once you reach part per billion, although you are going through the motion of dilution, in reality it is not getting diluted.
I see.
You are not going, we are still finding parts per trillion of those metals. Part per trillion is far above Avogadro number. Part per trillion is 10 raised to minus 12.
So Avogadro's number, that it remains as the limit.
What I am saying is, why normally people think? Because they think, look, if I have diluted so much, it is far beyond Avogadro. What we are saying is actually you are not even going close to Avogadro.
Okay.
You are well above.
I see.
Parts per trillion.
I see. So it doesn't really...
it doesn't get diluted.
It doesn't invalidate the Avogadro number. It only shows that what we believed about the effects of maturation.
That we believed of infinite dilution, it's actually not happening.
How the drug acts physiologically as well as pathologically.
Can you identify yourself, please?
My name is A.G. Joshi, Vaidya A.G. Joshi. How these drugs act pathologically as well as physiologically?
No, what do you mean? How do they act like the same herb would act?
The process.
I didn't understand the question.
How they act physiologically, as Ayurveda said, Ushnam Tigdam Matra, but जैसे उनके product qualities बताया है.
In other words, just as Ayurveda would say, such and such is kapha nashak, such and such is ushna. These are also exactly that.
That means it was like an atom bomb.
It follows those same guidelines, whether it is ushna, shita, whether it is kapha vardak, vata vardak, same guidelines it follows. That is not change. Yes, Mr. Kamdar.
I am Kamdar, the Parkinsonian whom Dr. Kane identified. Now, I would like to share 2 thoughts. One is that, we have seen during our lifetime that excessive use of fertilizers in Punjab has virtually killed the goose that laid the golden eggs. The farmers are suffering because of that. And in Vidarbha also we have seen the same thing. I think similarly, in allopathic what we find is that the drug usage is increased, especially in Parkinson's. And if it can be reduced, I think people will not have the terrible side effects that they have, which I think are greater cause for the ill effects. So I think this dilution must be helping in some way the treatment and the cure.
Could you please tell us something about your own condition and how it improved?
I had tremors which were visible. My right hand does show tremors. I'll hold the mic, you will find that the tremors are there. But in the left hand, it's firmer than the right. Another thing I have found is that yoga, pranayam, and exercise has helped me to reduce my medication to nil. Also diet changes and lifestyle changes. I stopped driving, I use public transport only, and in diet, I eat plenty of fruits, vegetables, and salads and sprouts.
I think what he's really asking is when you took these herbal drops, what happened before and after?
Before that, there were, these problems were more visible. Now, they are not. My voice has not been affected, nor my gait. Otherwise, Parkinsonians have a lot of problems on walking and gait. I can walk, I do walk daily 5 miles, and without any problem. Balancing has improved. And so also all my activities. Thank you.
Which was that herb?
Well, it's not one herb. It's actually, I gave him 3 different drops. One of them had 5 herbs. The other had, Amla, Brahmi, Jatamausi and Kavachabij. Kavachabij is claimed in Ayurveda for Kampavat. And the third was, again, Alo, Triphala, Jeshtimat. In other words,
It was a group of herbs.
yeah,
15 herbs.
in which Kavachabij was a necessary component. Ayurveda says Kavachabij is for Kampavat.
Even in this Parkinson, Sanpushpi has been used.
What is that?
Sanpushpi.
I did not at that time use
Sanpushpi
Chanka.
or Ashwagandha.
I know, at that time I had not used it. See, again, I get only X number of patients. How many things I can try? If the clinic is willing, we can try.
Sir, I'm Dr. Anuja Purandare. It was very interesting listening to you, and your being from IIT and a chemical engineer speaks for the credibility. So I'm sure you'll have a lot of doctors cooperating with you for your clinical trials. In fact, we have Dr. Kamakshi Bhatt. I mean, she's a physician. So I remember Dr. Sharadini Dhanuka at KM Hospital used to do a lot of trials with Ayurvedic medicines. So did you interact with her?
Actually,
And I'm sure
Sharadini Dhanukar had
Yes.
told me at that time
Yes.
that yes, she will be willing to do a trial on lipids. Unfortunately, she died soon thereafter, and therefore it came to naught.
Yes.
But she had agreed.
So what interested me is your LDL levels going down as the HDL levels had
Not
in fact
going down.
And HDL levels had gone up also.
Well,
The-
I mean, there are many more cases where I don't say, I'm not claiming in general the HDL is going up,
yes.
but it's not going down, whereas LDL is going down.
Yes. So at the cellular level, being a chemical engineer, have you tried? I mean, it's what is it that it is working on these conditions?
Well, as I said, first of all, for that herb,
Yes.
when it is working in so many areas at such a low dose, actually for a general to tone up, you need 1 milligram herb. So obviously these are some new class of molecules. Now, you can't give it to a normal analytical lab, they can't tell you anything. This becomes a major research project
Yes.
with some expert who can do, not only that, he has to do activity-driven fractionation. So you have to have some sort of a cellular assay for activity. So you have to do activity-driven fractionation, and then he must have advanced instrumentation. I don't have access to such a lab.
So they're working on tumor angiogenesis factor. So you
Yes.
could, probably the things like this.
The difficulty here is
Yeah.
I have to find a lab where the lab in charge is interested. It's very difficult, believe me.
No, I understand.
You know anybody, I'll be most delighted, because, you see, here my logic is very simple. I mean, there are a number of natural product leads on, say, angiogenesis.
Yeah.
All I say is, let's make an extract of that herb in this manner and test it. Okay? In fact, I have prepared a list of plants which are claimed to work by different mechanisms on cancer. some by say this microtubule, either polymerization or depolymerization, some by what is the other one. I mean, there are 3 or 4 types, right? But where is the lab? Who will be willing? You know of any? I do. Say for example, I have given it to 2 persons who are taking chemotherapy, and we could considerably keep their side effects down. But that is keeping the inflammatory processes down. Okay, that is not directly. In fact, at IIT we had started in a group testing some of these on HeLa cells. Okay? And we said, okay, let's take Taxus baccata, well known for Taxol, right? We found clear activity of this extract, low dose. But then the lab in charge, for reasons unknown, suddenly decided to stop the work. I had gone to Tata Cancer. I had met Dr. Agarwal, who is a, what is that? And I was told, is very keen. I met him, he had a Vaidya working there and so on. We had a long discussion. I gave them several things, and he said, okay, we'll test 5 of them in their various assays. The problem was the Vaidya, honestly, because I said, look, this is the literature. Now, if you want to test, see, they can test these herbals on cancer patients because there is permission. HIV and cancer rules are different. Okay? Now, so I said, listen, on these grounds, you have to give so many drops. He said, no, Shuddha Ayurveda. Either I will do 1 at a time or any combination which is specifically given in Ayurveda. Now, this doesn't work. What I mean is, although these are all known herbs, he has to also respect that I have considerable knowledge of the pharmacology of these extracts, and he must use that knowledge at least initially. Once we get something, he can do whatever he wants. I told him, I said, listen, I am not saying forever, you must only try what I ask you. But come on, in the beginning, please try what I ask you. Refuse. Unfortunate, but true.
Friends,
I want to say 2 things. One is, of course, I really didn't know that this was going to be like this. Otherwise, I would have called a person, Ayurvedic Research Center from KM, Dr. Nirmala Rege. I even would talk to her tomorrow. Second thing, I was all the time thinking, because I am coordinating for this malaria activities of BMC in Mumbai with all the 3 medical colleges. We go to the slums and so many patients are there of malaria, and one day, so many chloroquine tablets swallowing for each fever case, and it has so many side effects. And when really malaria is stuck, then maybe they will not, swallow those tablets, because for each fever case we are giving chloroquine. So that was my concern.
As far as Nirmala Rege is concerned, years ago, I talked to Dr. Yes, we'll come to it. I talked to Dr. Bapat.
Yeah.
And he had talked to her. And I had sent her some proposal about what could be done, but I never got a feedback.
Okay. Anyway, I'll try again.
Again.
Yeah.
What I mean is, this is what happens.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, Sharadri Danukar was the only one who was different. But otherwise, they are saying, what is it for me? If it's a company sponsored something, because I am not a company, it's from my personal funds. So if it's a company sponsored project, they can see something more coming. With this, who knows what will come. I am myself saying that I want to put it in public domain, right? So these are things which come in the way. One. Secondly, talking of malaria, what I found, I get people with rheumatoid arthritis, now I ask them, what else you had in the previous 5 years? What I find is, typically, they have malaria and 2 years later rheumatoid arthritis, or somebody had year-long urinary infection, rheumatoid arthritis, which I think what is happening is, it is leading to leaky gut, and that is inducing autoimmune diseases. Now there, some of these things seem to do a good job. I mean, like chikungunya. People have terrible pains. I know at least 2 persons have been